So we're on page 3 now. Does the physician have a scientific basis for his opinion on causation? Okay. What we teach in the IME course, and I'll mention here too, is that there are two kinds of reports and two kinds of testimony, basically. One is, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I know a lot about orthopedic surgery. I've treated thousands of patients. I examined this person. In my opinion, it's his alleged accident from lifting that box is not causally related to his back condition. Okay? Technically, it's legally sufficient, but it's very bare. Okay? It's like, take my word for it. I know what I'm doing. Okay? Then you get a better, much different opinion is, I'm an orthopedic surgeon. Okay? And based upon the following, okay, this person get into more recitation of facts, and then citing some literature, okay? And we'll talk about citing literature. In my opinion, the judge could comment on this, the good lawyers and the good doctors now in workers' compensation cases are citing literature, research, studies, especially in important cases. That takes you from, I'm a doctor, believe me, to I'm a doctor, but here's my research. Here's in other words, and there's all kinds of issues that have been researched. Whether or not, if somebody has a problem with his left leg and he leans on his right leg too much, is that going to cause a problem in his right leg? Well, there's research on that, okay? So you can either say the other leg is not related to his left leg, or you can say the other leg is not related to his left leg based upon these studies and cite some studies that say that, okay? That's going to, now the judge has to weigh the doctors. Well, which way you think the judge is going to go, all things being equal? Okay, and we'll talk about that. And this is the way you can move the needle in these cases, become more persuasive. And, in terms of your opinion. I think these become important, very important points. Because the judge faced all day long with the two different dueling doctors. He is disabled, he's not disabled. It is related, it isn't related, okay? And the judge wasn't there, neither was anybody else, actually, okay? And so now they have to weigh all the evidence, and one person says it's not related, trust me, another person says it's not related based upon the following, and give some research or whatever. It doesn't have to be, a 25-pound treatise. It might be just 1 or 2 studies which are indicative. And very often, in my view, that's connecting the dots, and that can move the needle. And again, you're not trying to, win the case. You're just trying to be more persuasive based upon your opinion, which you believe.
Well, and can I just support this point too? I think citing medical journals is very helpful, and we as judges are not supposed to Google things. So if you cite something or say something, I'm not supposed to look at Google and say, is this really what the literature or the science says? I'm not supposed to do that. So if you're going to rely on an article, I would encourage you to actually attach it to your report. That's the only way I'm going to see it, is that if it's actually attached to the report as well. And I do think it's key. In fusions, I see a lot of doctors saying, and I think rightfully so, this person shouldn't undergo this 3-level fusion because he's a heavy smoker and he's not going to heal. Okay, but cite the literature or the science that you have to support your opinion. Cite it and attach it to your opinion, because I also have treating physicians are on the other side saying that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And when the only question for me is the reasonableness and necessity of the surgery, meaning everybody's saying it's causally related to the work injury, it's just whether the employee undergoes it or not. I mean, that's crucial. Like Steve said, just saying that it is what it is isn't really helpful for me. Express to me or explain to me and cite your research as to why the surgery is going to fail because the employee won't stop smoking.